Got one. Just the worm. Okay. Now I got me a fish here, I just don't know what I got. I'm thinking it's a bass. Yes, it is. He's all wrapped up in some weeds. Okay, got him out of the weeds. That's what I was hoping this worm would do. Nice, healthy fish. It's a beautiful fish. Come here, buddy. Come here, open up. Come here. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful fish right there. It's Dalton, everybody. I decided to head on out here to Santa Margarita today and fish some weeds and some grass. This right here is a very, very healthy, very chunky largemouth. He never did jump out of the water. That's what's weird, but he was weighed down by some weeds. But my goodness, what a pretty fish. Fish is gorgeous. So I don't get to fish a lot of grass, and so I don't have a lot of techniques for it, but one of them that has worked for me in the past out here is throwing this Zoom trick worm. I don't have any weight on it at all, and twitching it around just like kind of like just a little jerk bait. I needed to get a bite, and I had fished a couple of other areas this morning. Threw a whopper plopper, didn't work. Twitched this around, a drop shot, got over in this grassy area right here and just slowly twitched this thing through. All of a sudden that rod bent, and he had it. That was fun. All right, everybody, I'm gonna show you what I'm fishing here. Make sure this camera's set right, but this is a Zoom trick worm. It's a 6.5-inch worm. The color of this worm is called sprayed grass. Now I really like this color when the sun's up because all the little purple flakes and all that, it really lights this bait up in the water, and the water out here's got good clarity. And so this has been where I've been getting bites today, is with this thing. Now I don't have any weight on it at all. I got it Texas rigged on a 3/0 Gamakatsu extra wide gap hook and 10-pound test Seagar and Vizix. And I'm just throwing it on a medium action Tatula spinning rod with a Daiwa Fago reel. Now you noticed all the grass, the reeds, whatever that stuff is up top, these fish will get right around the edges of that. And what I'm looking for right now, as long as it lasts, is shade. I'm looking for shade like that. So right out there, there's a little bit of shade, and I'm gonna go over and cast over there. And the way I'm working this bait is really super, super slow. In fact, incredibly slow. What I do is I leave it on a slack line and I just give it a couple of small twitches and I stop. And I let it set, or actually sink. Give it a couple of little twitches. It makes that worm dart a little bit. And when he gets that bass's attention, he'll stare at it. I'm not moving it very far when I twitch it. Just little bitty twitches. And I'm really watching that line, because when that line starts to take off, I'm just going to lean back in the fish, and basically they hook themselves. The last one, he had got it so good, I think I bent the hook myself when I was using my pliers, so I had to change hooks. And but I'm okay with that. But this is all I'm doing. I'm just taking this and I'm just, oh, is that a fish? That's a fish. Is that a fish? Yeah, it's fish. Now, he might have me caught up in something under there. There's definitely something pulling here. Is it a fish? Okay, I can't even tell if this is a fish. No, this is not a fish. Oh, there we go. I might have had a fish, and he might have got me caught in something, and then I lost him. No, hook's still on there. Well, false alarm, guys. That was not a fish. But at any rate, that kind of shows you how I'm working this worm. It is an incredibly, incredibly slow way of working it, but it's the only way right now I can get a bite. If you look out here, it is just so dead calm. Usually there's some wind out here. I don't have any wind right now, and I'm just going along, trying to find these little pockets, trying to find shade, and just twitch this worm around. And when I find some grass, I throw it right in the middle of that grass and just twitch it right through. That's how I caught one earlier. And I've got some bites on it. Haven't been able to get them all hooked, but it's good to get some bites. There he is. This guy's pulling pretty good right here. Pretty strong fish. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Whew. Another good fish. Whew. Boy, he choked that one. Man, that's a nice fish right there. Another one on that Zoom trick worm. Another beautiful fish. Gorgeous. I'm gonna have to get the hook out of him. There we go. Beautiful fish. Well, right now it's all about that trick worm, just slowly moving that trick worm along. He bit my hook all up, so I'm surprised. Those are pretty strong hooks, but he was hooked pretty good, and so I'm gonna replace that hook. Well, I'm gonna move to another spot. The water temperature out here, guys, is right now 80 degrees. So this water is really warm. In addition, I'm all sweaty. It's it's hot out here this morning. It was hot as soon as I got on the water, and I got here early this morning. And for me, I got to go find some areas, take advantage of the shade as much as I possibly can. And then once that shade goes away, I'll try to figure out something else. But when the water's this warm, sun's up like this, it's a hot day, I'm gonna fish as much shade as I possibly can. That trick worm's been getting it done, slowly twitching it along, just letting it fall, give it a little dart, let it fall, give it a little dart, and that just seems to be what's working for me right now. It may be the only thing that works for me today, but at least I'm catching some fish. I'm getting a few bites. I'm not setting it on fire out here, but it's always nice to come out here and get some fish. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. There's gonna be some noise over here. The launch ramp's right behind me, and they're cutting down a big old tree, so they're actually making quite a bit of noise. It's exactly what I expected it to be today. Today was really humid. Wind didn't pick up till later in the morning. I got about 5 or 6 bites today, that's it, and all of them came before 10 o'clock in the morning. After that, even though the wind kicked up, I threw a chatterbait around, I threw a swimming worm around, and just could not get another bite. But I did okay this morning, and this was the key. This particular color right here, guys, is a great color at just about any lake. It's called that sprayed grass, and that's the color there. I love it. It's got some purple on top, looks like some green and blue, and even green flake on the bottom. And what happens with this thing is when it hits the sun, it just kind of lights up. It looks like a little light bulb in the water. And every bite I got was in grass and it was in shade. And so I went all around the lake chasing shade as long as I could, and that's where I got my bites. Just slowly twitching that thing around. But I brought some other stuff. That's the only thing I could catch them on today. It was fun. I didn't get a lot of bites. I didn't catch a lot of fish, but the fish I did catch, that is, were nice quality, and I can't complain about that. Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back out here. I have not been fishing as much this summer as I normally do. I've got quite a bit of work that I'm doing at the house, of which one of them is my front lawn. I've replanted some grass. It's looking really good. I've been putting a lot of hard work into it, but I need to get out and fish a lot more. Probably head out to Nasi again and just keep fishing. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll talk to you next time.